News and views with myself, Salailo Makwidiri. The time is 2 minutes past 10, and you're still listening to News and Views. And we're wrapping up this morning with a story about connection. Story of history, story of faith, and the sacred thread that ties communities across oceans. For many here in South Africa, the cause of Palestine, it's not just a geopolitical one. It's deeply personal, and a few voices have been more eloquent as Abeer Zayyad, Dr. Abeer Zayyad. She's a Palestinian archaeologist, a historian, and a leading tour guide at the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound in Jerusalem. And from September the 4th to the 17th, Dr. Zayyad returns to South African soil for her third national tour, aiming to strengthen the bond between South Africans and the holy city of Jerusalem, and to provide real-time update on the situation at Al-Aqsa, a spiritual heart of the Palestinian struggle and a symbol of resilience for Muslims worldwide. And she comes not only with stories of ancient stones and sacred architecture, but with urgent updates on the increasing restrictions, shrinking attendance, and the deliberate efforts to disconnect Palestinians and the world from Al-Aqsa. And to help us unpack what this tour is all about, why it matters, and how now more than ever it is important for you to educate yourself, to engage with anything and everything that has to do with Palestine, that has to do with Al-Aqsa. I'm now joined by one of our very own, the brilliant Mariam Mariam. She's Salaamedia's project coordinator for the Abeer Zayyad South African tour, and she has all the information. She has all the lowdown about all of the events that will be taking place, and most importantly, how you can get involved. Abba, assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah so much for joining us. Really appreciate you giving us your time this morning, and really excited for you to take us through what this tour is all about and how can people get involved.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings to yourself, Salilo, and to all our Salaamedia viewers. And excitement is mounting. Alhamdulillah, on Thursday, Dr. Abeer Zayyad will be touching down on South African soil. This is now become like home to her as well. And as you've said, so it's not only about connecting communities, it's connecting hearts. We all connecting hearts, connecting souls, connecting spirits to Al-Aqsa. We all have an affinity. Myself personally, I was named after Mariam alayhi salam, my namesake, and as she had given her life in service of Masjid Aqsa, I too, in my small capacity, manner, way, will follow suit, and very, very passionate about Al-Aqsa and keeping Al-Aqsa, people visiting, praying, and keeping that symbol, Al-Aqsa, as a symbol of our third holiest site in Islam, keeping it alive and keeping it on the agenda and getting people to support it with their prayer, support it with their donations, with their du'as, and support it by visiting Al-Aqsa as often as possible. And that's precisely why we have Dr. Abeer Zayyad here. So Abeer grew up in the Al-Aqsa precinct. She is a born and bred resident of Jerusalem. She schooled in the Al-Aqsa compound. She attended Islamic madrasa classes in Al-Aqsa compound. And as a young, impressionable person, she's seen how the Zionist propagation and their narrative was there along on tours. And that is when it struck a nerve in her, chord in her, and became a passion that she wanted to study archaeology, and she wanted to study the history of the area from her perspective, to dispel all the myths, all the Zionist unfactual statements, and give people the true account and true perspective, both historically, archaeologically, as well as from an Islamic perspective, the importance of the sanctity of Al-Aqsa precinct. And that is how life's work has been dedicated to this. And that is why she's coming now to update us, to say even more so why Aqsa, preserving Aqsa and supporting Aqsa and visiting Aqsa is most important, especially now in a post 7th October, Palestine.
And I want to stress on that aspect before we get into the details of some of the events and where they'll be happening. Part of this tour is largely about encouraging South Africans to visit Jerusalem. And as you mentioned, post October the 7th, it's a very precarious moment. It's a time where there's a lot of visa restrictions. I think surveillance is also at an all-time high, and the occupation in itself. Just how practical and how symbolic is that call for South Africans to visit Al-Aqsa at this moment?
Absolutely important that we continuously going. One group goes, one group leaves, one group arrives, and we need to constantly be there as a reminder that Al-Aqsa is not just a local masjid for the residents of the old city, but it is our masjid for everyone. Dr. Abeer, when I visited on tour, she told everybody there that each believer, each Muslim owns real estate in Al-Aqsa. We all own 1 square millimeter of Al-Aqsa. It's our land gifted to us, but it comes with the responsibility that we need to take care of our 1 square millimeter of real estate. So it's an appeal to the global Muslim population. How are you upkeeping your real estate? Not only by your duas and your donations, but your physical visit to go there and to pray on your real estate. So that is why it's important. Yes, it is a difficult journey. It's by no means as easy as going to probably like Malaysia or going to the Far East or going to the Middle East, and that, because that is what the Zionists have made it. They made it difficult. They made it difficult to deter us for not going. You will be questioned. You might be kept there for several hours. You might be treated inhumanely. They might even speak to you in an undignified manner. But this is just to tip you off so that they can deny you entry. So we all speak of jihad and we all want to fight in the cause of Allah. Visiting Al-Aqsa is our jihad, because we have to go through those checkpoints. We have to go to those controls. Even when you are at the gates of Al-Aqsa, you will be questioned where you come from. You might be even told that at this time, even though the gate is open, they'll deny you entry in this gate. They'll send you on a run around, specifically if you say you're from South Africa, because they dislike South Africa, because we stood up for justice and the truth in the International Court of Justice. So the guards may give you a run around. But remember, for every difficulty you get, think of the reward and think that it will be documented that you have fought for Al-Aqsa. You have been there. You showed up as a protector and defender of Al-Aqsa. So that is why we're getting Dr. Abeer here as well to tell us, but all is not doom and gloom, because Alhamdulillah, she is there to guide you and support you to make your visit as spiritually meaningful, being there touring, and also to give you tip and advices how to have a smooth process entering Jerusalem, inshallah. So all is not doom and gloom, because that is why she's here, because she will then offer advice on the best routes, on accommodation, everything to visit Al-Aqsa. And that is what Salam Media wants to communicate, is hashtag visit Aqsa. Always, all the time, as often as you can afford to go. And then secondly, she's here obviously to give us an update. Things are really, really difficult in the old city. The people are being economically challenged, financially. Things cost 30% more, which you will elaborate on. Businesses can close at a whim without even notice. So they are at the behest of the IDF for anything. It doesn't matter. It's just because if an IDF soldier feels today is denying you entry or you can't open your store, then there's nothing you can do about it. And also, she's here to inform us about the humanitarian aid that she does in the surrounding areas, and how she and her organization supports her fellow community as well. So looking forward to having her there. She's an encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to Masjid Aqsa, when it comes to the archaeological perspective, the heritage and her Islamic knowledge, linking the Quranic ayat of Al-Aqsa to actually physical archaeological evidence as well as hadith there. So she's just so enjoyable to have because a leading authority on Al-Aqsa. So now, Salailo, where are we going
Let's
to
get
be
to
at?
the details. Yes, let's get to the details. The logistics, the nitty gritties of some of the events that we'll be having the country over. I know you have the lowdown on that. So yeah, over to you. Just give us the
So,
itinerary
before
and
I
what to
begin,
expect.
I know there are numerous thousands of South Africans who have experienced her tours, who were so touched by her tours, who want to meet her. So, for all of you who want to meet and greet Sister Abeer, or now you have heard of Sister Abeer and you'd like to come and hear what she has to say, and you have this yearning for Aqsa, whichever category you fit into. So, Cape Town, here we come. Get ready, Cape Town. We'll be in Cape Town for public program on Friday evening. Inshallah, we kick off there and in Panorama at the masjid there. All these localities will be on Salaamedia socials as well, so look out for that. Thereafter, Johannesburg, it's your time. The city of
Mhm.
gold, Johannesburg. We will be, inshallah, on Monday evening at the Military Museum, Johannesburg. Thereafter, we're going to the East Rand. And before we're going to the East Rand, I'm so sorry, we're going to Lenasia,
In
at the
Asia,
heart of
yes.
Lenasia. For all the sisters, we haven't forgotten the sisters of Lenasia, the sisters who fought in the South African struggle, and the sisters who have yearning to go to Al-Aqsa. Lenasia, we come. Aparehana Shah Bulbulia will be hosting a Nurul Islam Hall, a sisters only program. Sister Abeer for the sisters of Lenasia. Thereafter, we have a family. Yes, bring the family along, educate the youth as well. We have a family supper at JMO's in Benoni, hosted by the beautiful sisters of the East Rand Benoni Muslim Forum. Thereafter, we're going to Northern KZN, Newcastle. We will be there on Wednesday evening, inshallah. So get ready, Newcastle, awaiting that warm Northern KZN hospitality. Thereafter, we're going across the country. Yes, we're trying to get all our listeners in the Ummah an opportunity. So we head down to Mpumalanga in Nelspruit. Inshallah, we'll be seeing you after Jummah on Friday. Thereafter, Leidenburg, we have not forgotten your requests. We will be coming to Leidenburg as well. Leidenburg, we will be, inshallah, be together on Saturday mid-morning. And then, inshallah, the Sisters of the Val, we will be meeting our Sister of the Val on Monday, inshallah. So I think we're quite comprehensive in our
Mm.
covering. Obviously, due to Sister Abeer's busy schedule, she's only managed to give us the 10 days here, which is much appreciated. So we acknowledge we have not gone to every province, but inshallah, we hope that the message will go, and we will then probably share one or two programs later on Salaamedia. So then the benefit of all those areas like KZN, Free State, Northwest, they can get the benefit of listening to Abeer's address.
No, most definitely. I think it almost feels like a World Cup. With every province having its own little leg. But you mentioned we can't be everywhere at the same time. So I think if people are close by, to another province, another region, just take a short drive. Is that important? Lastly, those that want to get hold of you, Appa, do they call you? Do they send you an SMS
My number
if
is
they want
on
more
there.
information? Yeah.
Yes, the contact details are all on our socials, so they can contact me. The first invite poster, my contact number was there. My contact number is, I think, on the Lanesia, or they can just call Salaamedia or DM Salaamedia as well. Very important for Monday's program at Military Museum. It will be via quick tickets, so it's free, but you need to register and get your tickets via quick ticket as well. And yes, as you said, surrounding provinces, also important to note, these are the communities that reached out to us. Salaamedia, as soon as we put it out on the social, that is how we came to visit these provinces. It was as soon as we put it out on social, Dr. Abeer will be visiting. These are the communities that reached out to us. So hence we accommodated their request.
Oh, there you have it. Jazakallah so much for joining us. I'm sure we'll be having you on the air again to give us, more information about this tour and give us a report back. While you're traveling, we'll also try and engage with you just to get, some perspective of how the tour is going. But it's going to be a wonderful one, and I know it's going to be wonderful because you're the project manager of it. No other better
Inshallah,
person.
we make dua that the Almighty make ease and allow the people to benefit. That's the thing, allow the people to benefit, to be
Definitely.
educated, informed, and always hearts have a fondness and affinity for Masjid Aqsa, as we have for our two other Harmain Sharain in that's Masjid Al Haram and Masjid Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And this is our third masjid, our first Qibla, Masjid Aqsa Mubarak. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam. That was Mariam Mia, the project coordinator of the third Dr. Abeer Zayyad tour of South Africa. It's going to be a very, very important one, especially looking at the current affairs and where we currently find ourselves post October the 7th. And I think it was very, very important that she reminded us that some of the most meaningful battles are not fought with her weapons, but they are fought with memory, with presence, and with truth. And I think this initiative is one that is multifaceted in that aspect. There's memory, you reminding yourself about the importance of Al-Aqsa, you talking about it and educating the young ones, as Upper Mariam mentioned, they're educating the youth and young people, and your presence, you going out physically to go visit the Al-Aqsa compound and visiting the old city and be physically there, which is another aspect which is very, very imperative. And the truth, again, continue to talk about it, whether you're on social media, tweet about it, about the lived and true realities of the people that are in the occupied territories of Palestine at this current moment, and the horrors that they also, face in the hands of the IDF and the apartheid Israeli government. So it's going to be a wonderful one. If you'd like to attend one of these events happening between September the 4th and the 17th of this beautiful month, you can follow at Salaamedia or various social media pages. There are updates there, there are contact details, all of the posters of the different and various events will be posted there. Otherwise, you can head over to our website, www.salaamedia.com, for schedules and updates, or you can also give us a call on 0116800355. It's going to be another brilliant one. Dr. Abeer Zayyad coming back to South Africa to educate the South African public about what's currently happening in Jerusalem, Al-Aqsa, and giving you an opportunity to educate yourself about what's happening in that part of the world. And when you, inshallah, visit Al-Aqsa, what are the do's and don'ts, what are the places to visit, and giving you that extra kind of information that you probably wouldn't even get on the internet. So yeah, really, really brilliant one and one to attend. Otherwise, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, News and Views continues after this.